Hello, everyone. Today is December 2nd, and it has been, I don't know, what, a week or so since the 20-day juice feast stopped. And I wanted to talk about the results from it and the goods and the bads. The good was that I felt fine doing it, it was not a struggle. And I drank what I wanted to drink. I drank as much as I wanted to drink, and I didn't drink when I didn't want to drink. So I really feel good about doing the juice feast because I did it on my own terms. I was smart and I was safe, and I read a lot about juice feasting to make sure that I didn't get into any health issues. But basically, I did my own thing. I didn't take any supplements really. I took the herbs that I was already taking. I kept that up, but I didn't do anything special because I felt I was missing nutrition. It wasn't all organic. It was organic as I could get my hands on or could afford at the time, and I tried to do the proper cleaning of the fruits and vegetables as I could. I used something by Stephen Meyerowitz, who his advice was to soak your veggies for at least 10 minutes in cold water with salt, 4 tablespoons of salt, and a quarter cup of um, white vinegar or lemon, and then rinse them well. So I did that. So hopefully I didn't pick up too many extra pesticides or toxins, but I did do that. Um, I did some broth a few nights when things got a little edgy. I did vegetable broth, which I guess would break some rules. But that is the cool part about juice feasting on your own and not being part of a program. You can make your own rules. I was, when I first tried to introduce more plant-based foods and I joined all kind of raw initiatives, the rules were laid out for me. So you're kind of set up to fail. And because really, when you think about it, those rules are set based on that person and what they feel works for them. So to me, it's like, well, who said that that is okay? That's what's working for you. So somebody says broth is okay. Well, that's because they've done it and they've gotten good results. Someone else says it isn't because they didn't. So I think one of the big takeaways from this was a lesson for me in life is that it's good to educate yourself, but there's a point where you have to follow your own tuition and your gut feeling and test for yourself. One of the things that an herbalist friend of mine says all the time is be a scientist. Be a scientist about life. And I think that's a really good point. If you are constantly living off of someone else's experience, then you never really get your own true results, which in some cases could be a lot better because you would be figuring out what works for you. So anyway, all in all, I think the juice feast went well as far as being comfortable. As far as the results, I'm not sure about that, honestly. I did my juice feast mainly to detox. So I lost some weight, which could be that, you lost some of the toxins that were in your body along the way. I did lose about 9 or 10 pounds. Since the feast, I have gained back about 4 pounds, and I'm fine with that. I wasn't really that crazy about the weight. I mean, it's always nice to be a little under your goal weight or at your goal weight. But either way, I'm fine with that. So, what I was hoping for, though, was to kind of have more of a healing crisis and feel that I was moving lymph and moving mucus out. I feel that behind my eyes, I have this constant kind of sinus issue going on. And, well, my ophthalmologist said it's mucus, that it's kind of like you have, oh, what do you call it? Like poor drainage in the sinus cavity. So I don't have a headache. I don't have any pain. I just look tired a lot to me when I'm not actually feeling that tired. My eyes look watery, puffy, that kind of thing. So that's one of the things I was trying to deal with. Um, Oddly, I should have also been checking for high blood pressure because that's one of the issues I deal with. But I didn't want it to be stressful. I didn't want to take my pressure and it was up and react to that because I thought, well, if you take it and it's up, what are you going to do? You already committed to doing this, so I don't know. I didn't have any headaches. I didn't have any bursting blood vessels, so I think my pressure was normal. So I'll do some more experiments as far as that's concerned. Cravings was the other reason I did it. Yeah, that didn't work for me. um, I don't know what to say about that. It's funny. They're like, well, you do an extended juice feast and it'll help you break your cravings. When it was over, what I wanted to do was chew. And I wanted fruit, honestly. That was what I had a taste for, which was my normal diet. But a few days after I had broke the feast with juice, um, I went into a store to get like some seaweed and they were out of it, and I walked around the long way. And this is just what makes me crazy about myself, because it was really just this simple. I went in there with every intention of just getting the seaweed, okay? The whole time I'm on the juice feast, I'm able to walk by all the little things they have out. But now it's like the day before Thanksgiving. So they have out, oh my gosh, like they're healthy stuff, but still like flax crackers and some other type of natural cookie. And I just don't deal with that stuff. I'm not saying it's wrong or judging people who do, but I just don't, because I feel like it is a gateway. It's like a gateway drug for me, and the drug itself being starchy sweets. I like cookies and cakes and pretzels, so I like salty and sweet. So I just really have to be really committed to staying away from those items. And I don't know, I have to tell you, this made no sense, but I said I would be honest about it. I walked up to the counter to ask the girl about the seaweed. And she's like, "Oh no, we don't have it." Blah blah blah. And she's like, waves her hand by, help yourself. Why is that appealing to me? Because it's free? Because it's there? I mean, it didn't even look that appealing. But for whatever reason, I took two little things out. One was a cracker. One was a cookie. And when I tell you my addiction, people think it's weird to talk about it as an addiction, but to me, certain foods are addictive. Um, Tasting sweet and salt set my taste buds on fire. So I left there. I ate those. I'm like, okay, you did it. It's over. We're not going to live in that moment, right? That moment's gone. I go to the farmer's market and to get a juice, because maybe I just better have a juice to clear my palate of that. At my farmer's market, the juice stand is right across from the bakery. And it's this whole food bakery. Like, he uses, whole grains and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. I don't care what you do to a cooked starch. It is a cooked starch, and it's addictive to me. I don't care if you used ground almond flour or coconut leaves. I don't care what you use. If you cook it and you sweeten it, it does something to me, right? So I order the juice and I turn around and they have a free platter of these carrot cakes. And I'm like, carrot juice, carrot cake. Sounds like it goes together. So, yeah, I took a piece. I took a piece of that, and before I knew it, I took two pieces of that, which is also wrong, because they're really there for people who are about to buy some, right? But I was not going to bring myself to buy it, because that would have just been off the charts. So anyway, I ate those things. Now, if you were on a normal diet, it would be like, okay, so what? You had a couple samples. Weight Watchers, count the points, get past it. If you were on some other diet, count it as a serving and move on. For me, it just like, it wasn't in the plan, so I was a little disappointed. So anyway, did the juice feast kill cravings? Well, that's the funny thing about certain foods to me. Are they cravings, or are they memories and emotions? When I saw the cakes and the cookies, did it just remind me that they taste good and that I hadn't had any in a long time, or was I craving it? I don't really think it was a craving, right? Because if it was a craving, I would have been thinking about it and trying to ignore it, and I wasn't really doing any of those things. So I'm not going to say it was a craving. And now I have to really adjust my thinking to the whole theory of cravings and the thought processes of just seeing it and wanting it, and maybe getting past that. So anyway, that's some of my results, I would say, from the detox. Um, Other things I think is kind of a wait and see. I haven't had any blood work done, and you can't see your lymphatic system, so is that moving? I can't be sure. I have a pain in my left knee. That is no better or worse, honestly. So joint pain, if those who believe that it is congestant lymph and it has crystallized in your joints, maybe so. And maybe 20 days is not enough time to see. I mean, I'm really open to that option. So do I think juice feasting is useful? Absolutely. I felt good. I think losing the weight made me feel lighter in general. My workouts were good. I'm getting some strength back. I got really weak during the juice feast, and that could have just been because of how much I drank. On average, I think I drank about 80 ounces of juice a day. And then I also, towards the end there, I had some coconut water and like I said, broth a couple of nights and teas. So that was all the juice I wanted. And I refused to force myself. So I was really okay with it. The other thing I was not able to do was rest. If you watched earlier videos, I actually was very busy. I had to travel with it and that sort of thing. So it was a good lesson. One of the good things that I did learn during that time was self-discipline and determination, because it's a little annoying to pack a juicer and to travel and to have to make time to juice. I mean, when other people were about to go to dinner, I had to run back to the hotel, make a juice, pound that down, and then go to dinner and sit there while they buttered their bread and had their glass of wine. What's interesting is that did not bother me. That did not bother me at all. So I really have to delve more into the human psyche, or my psyche for sure, of why is it that I could sit there at dinner time and watch, we're at a nice restaurant, and hot butter bread, which is my thing, and the dinner and the wine and all those things that I have enjoyed in the past, that didn't trigger anything. I didn't go home feeling disappointed. I didn't take a nibble or a taste of anything at dinner, but I go into a health food store and feel compelled to eat a cracker. I don't know what that's about. So if you do, certainly let me know. But all in all, things are good. I think that juice feasting is a very good thing to do. Since my juice feast, I have still had at least 20 ounces of juice every day. Juicing is part of my life. I just think it's the best way to get in the nutrition and feel like you did it. On a plant-based diet, when you're not using supplements, you really have to rely, to me, on your dark green leafy vegetables. So it is easiest for me just to put a bunch of kale in the juicer, and maybe a cucumber and some celery, or whatever it is, maybe not celery so much, but whatever you're juicing, put all that in the juicer, and drink that down and know that it's done. And then everything else to me is kind of gravy. I have a salad later, that's fine. But it can be whatever I want. If I just want some zucchini pasta, then I can have that and not worry about, did I get enough of my amino acids in and that sort of thing. So juice feasting's fun. So the next thing I have really been trying to commit to is to still get outdoors, even though the weather is changing here in the Northeast. Today is about 45, 50 degrees, so it's not bad out. But it's lunchtime here, and instead of eating, since I today was doing fruit and what was today? Today for lunch I just had a green smoothie, and I bought some grapes and some cut up zucchini. I've really been into zucchini lately. So anyway, that was lunch. So it doesn't take a whole lot of time. So with all my free time, I am coming outside at lunchtime. The other day it was too cold. I sat in my car, but at least I was out and I did stand outside for a little bit. Today I'm going to walk around this park, and it's not really big. I don't have that much time for lunch, but at least it gets me outside. So let me show you the park. This is the park, and my encouragement to you is not to make a big deal about getting outside and getting some exercise, to just do it. It doesn't have to be long all the time. This morning I already did my workout, and I'm going to tell you about the workout because I put myself in a kettlebell challenge. And again, the challenge is just against myself. And I got to tell you, I love it. I'm doing a challenge to make sure I do 5,000 swings, kettlebell swings a month. Kettlebell swing is one of the most perfect exercises out there. I don't care what anybody says. I would argue you down about a kettlebell swing. You can rock your body solid with swings. Now they have to be the right size bell. It has to be correct form. It has to be a few other things. I'll show you that. But so I already did my workout. So this is just like for fresh air and some vitamin D, as much as you can get with a coat on. But anyway, that's what's happening. It's so nice to get back at you guys. It feels good to talk it out. And I love the comments I've gotten. Because they're encouraging, and a few people liked me. That was so much fun. I have to make sure I click the thumbs up when I watch videos, because I watch a lot of videos for encouragement. So all of you who are out there that are still juice feasting, I am with you. I try and come to your sites and do a thumbs up and give you a comment.